Hello. Today we're going to be changing a ferret's cage. Everyone's cage is a little bit different, so some things that I do here might not necessarily apply to your cage, but I'm going to give you a few hints and tips here and there that can help you out in general. Let's get started. First of all, you're going to have to tell the ferrets to take a hike. Ferrets, it's time for you to go. Who's enjoying your new little hammock? Oh, you put on what, you little chubby girl? Oh, hi, Dingsy. Okay, so all the ferrets are out. Bye, ferrets. Have fun. I'll call you at dinner time. What you will need is a plastic bag. I just recycle the bags that I get from when I come back from shopping and just use it for this. Hand towels. You'll also need some multi-purpose cleaner. Make sure that it's natural, 100% natural, only because ferrets tend to be quite susceptible to allergic reactions when it comes to chemicals, and they really affect them. So, and especially because their noses are so close to the ground, you don't want them breathing in any chemicals or anything like that. So always make sure you clean their cage with natural stuff. In here, I don't actually have any multi-purpose cleaner. What I've started doing is just using vinegar and water. So I put about that much vinegar in the bottle and then just fill it all up with water. And you can't really get more natural than that. And it actually cleans really well and disguises any smells perfectly. So there's a little bit of a hint for you. And it's cheap. Cheap is good because you already spend so much money on ferrets anyway. You can save money and buy them some cool toys or something. You will also need a little pooper scooper. And of course, last but not least, you will need some litter, kitty litter. So what I use is recycled paper litter, which I find is the best. I have tried every single kitty litter there is, and by far the recycled paper pellets with no additives or chemicals are definitely the best, and they absorb all the moisture and reduce the smell as well. So that's always a good thing, especially when you're living with housemates like we are. Gotta try to minimize the smell as much as we can. Alright, so what I normally do, the reason why we've left this bottom part without any blankets or anything like that is because we just found that the ferrets use it as a toilet. So we gave up on trying to make this part a ferret sleeping ground. So instead they have their toilet downstairs and they sleep upstairs, and then they just run around for a lot of the day when we get home. I don't know if you've noticed the little blue tarp underneath there. We have it under the cage, and that's because if a ferret misses, then your carpet doesn't get dirty. So that kind of wraps around the edges there. So as you can see, we have two little ferrets in the tunnel, but we also have the tarp running underneath the cage as well, and just to the side, so that none of their poo or pee, if they decide not to use their toilets, ends up on the ground and in the carpet. So I just wipe all the pee off first, just to get it dry. Hi, ferret. Alright, so this part, whenever you're cleaning the ferret's cage, make sure you have a good look at their poo. That'll help you determine if the ferret is healthy or not. Normally, if there's something wrong with the ferret, the poo will be the first place to look. So if the poo is black and tarry, or there's blood in it, or there's no poo at all, for example, then that all means that there's something wrong with your ferret and it needs to be dealt with. What's Mummy doing? Is she cleaning your cage? Yes, have you trained Mummy well? Yes, you have, yes. Okay, so again, having a good look at the poo, making sure that there is nothing unusual, no foreign objects, nothing that you should be concerned about in the poo. It's not the most pleasant part of owning a ferret, but it is one of the most important parts, is making sure that they are healthy. And unfortunately, looking at the poo is just a fantastic way of telling if there is something wrong with your ferrets. So you're just gonna have to get used to it. And then we just spray. It's not really spraying. We'll just have to just pour it over. Just pour it over. It's better when it sprays, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. If you have a similar cage to ours as well, I would recommend lifting the plastic bits just to wash underneath, because I know that a lot of the pee tends to go underneath here, and that's where a lot of the smell, ferret smell, comes from. And now we can pop them back in the cage. So I'd recommend just giving your ladders a bit of a wipe down. A lot of people have covers on their ladders, which I think is a fantastic idea. We've just never really gotten around to doing it, to be honest. So this area is really important to clean, because these are the sleeping quarters of the little fuzzbutts. I would always wash their bowl and their water bottle every single day, just so that you can make sure that it's nice and clean, you don't have any mold growing or anything like that, especially if the ferrets have meat, because you don't want any bacteria to be festering and lingering around that could make your ferrets sick. Also, change the ferrets' toys on a regular basis, especially if you find that they are getting dirty. Because if you smell your ferret, normally they don't actually smell that much, but it's the oils in their skin that get stuck on the materials that makes the ferret's cage smell a lot. So it's really worth changing and washing the ferret's blankets at least once a week. And we have a whole stockpile of blankets and toys that they have in their cage, just so that we can change it on a regular basis to reduce the smell. Look how beautiful she is. Oh, she's so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I like to make the top area as comfortable as possible. We're also going to add another new ferret hammock that we got. So we have that there. We also have the lion, which is awesome because it opens up and they can just crawl in and sleep in the line. So I've just washed the water bowl and filled it up with water, nice and full. I'm just going to attach it here. And I love these things as well. I think they're bird dishes. I absolutely love these water bowls because they attach to the cage so the ferrets can't move them and spill all their water. So how often should you change your ferret's cage? You should change your ferret's cage every single day, especially the more ferrets you have, the messier a cage gets. So it's in particular very, very important if you have 2 or more ferrets to change their cage every day. Sometimes, I mean, we're not perfect, and every now and then we have a slip up where we change it the next day, but that is on very rare occasion. No one likes to be lying next to their poo and pee or sleeping next to their poo and pee, and neither do ferrets. It's important for hygiene reasons. And that's it for today. Hopefully I've covered everything off. If you have any questions, then please let me know and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. Bye!